Hello knitters, this is Barbara Benson and I am an independent knitwear designer who enjoys making these videos here on my channel, Watch Barbara Knit. And today for you, I have something that I promised. In my last vlog, the one where I talked about the cool stuff I saw at TNNA, I showed you the Fix-A-Stitch I acquired. And it is a super cool thing, and it's a tool, so I told you I'd make a video of me using the tool, which I have done. And I just wanted to make a little intro so that I could tell you that it was fun. So I have to admit that I have seen this product before, and I'd always been a little bit skeptical because I'm like, it's a crochet hook, right? But in using it, I learned it's not. Oftentimes, I think sometimes the simplest ideas are like the most awesome ideas. And what we have here is, yes, that is a crochet hook, right? This is a Fix-A-Stitch. And adding the hook to the other side makes it's kind of amazing how big of a difference it makes in working on fixing stitches. So the video coming up has all the information on it, but I wanted to show you there are each pack comes with, where'd it go? You know what? My desk, a disaster. There it is. 3 different sizes. And it comes in a little pack, and frankly, at this point, I want these guys in my knitting bag like all the time because they work fabulous. And the lovely people at Fix-A-Stitch gave me one that I am going to be using to give away to one of y'all. And I've been doing research about how best to run the giveaway. And one thing I figured out is it definitely needs to be its own standalone video so that like people don't get confused. So look for that in the very near future. So I hope that you enjoy watching me figure out how to use the Fix-A-Stitch. That's the back side. That's the front side. Okay, we have the Fix-A-Stitch. And it's made in the United States. And we also have some thunder. There's nothing I can do about that, guys. So this is what the package looks like. This is patented. It's very cool. Inside the package, you get this little guy here, which has a set of instructions, which are patented. So that's why I have my hand over them. But it has your steps, and so you can see them. And as it says, garter stitch, easiest to knit, hardest to repair until Fix-A-Stitch. So that's what we've got. It comes with 3 different sizes. You've got your bulky, your medium, and your wee. Isn't he cute? So I made a couple swatches so we can play with this. And so you take your little Fix-A-Stitch, and it's really cool because you grab it. And now normally grabbing it like that, and if I had just a crochet hook, I'd have to do a lot of fiddling because there's no hook on the other end of a crochet hook. But this, I was able to grab it, and then I can just slide it down through. And I can go in whichever direction I want. So to fix this row, so what I've got is a dropped stitch. Stockinette, and you realize you dropped a bunch of stitch and it's laddered down. So you take the Fix-A-Stitch and put it behind the little bar. They call this the knit bar in the instructions. And you grab it, and then I found it's easiest to twist it a little bit so it doesn't catch this one also. And you pull it through, and then you can slide it down. And you're right in position to do the next one. And again, if I had just a regular crochet hook, I'd have nothing here. So I'd have to be fiddling with it. So I slide it down, right? And then you stick it through, grab it, twist it a little bit so it'll come through, and then push it down again. Oh, look at that. I twisted the stitch. Obviously, I did something wrong there. So let's see if I can fix it again. I'm going to pop that out and pop that out, and let's see what I did wrong. So let's grab him again. Pushed it through, reach up, grab it, pull it through, and this time I'm going to make sure, see, I didn't twist that one, okay? And now I'm ready again to grab it, twist a little bit, but then twist it. There we go. Grab it. And there we go. Looky there. Now all I have to do is transfer that back onto here, and I have fixed that drop stitch. How cool is that? Now, I think you can fairly easily do that with a crochet hook, but I think the big deal about this is how it works in garter, which is pretty darn cool. So, we're going over, and we're going to make a drop stitch. Right? Drop, 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 drop. So, if you look carefully at this knit, they call it the knit bar, you can see that it's coming from behind this knit stitch here. So that needs to be a knit because this is a purl stitch. So again, I'm going to grab this, doop-a-doo, and then I can just slide it in, and I can work from either direction. So I'm going to grab, just like I did with the knit, and pull it through, right? And then since I shove it back up. Now, this is what's really cool. So instead of doing all kinds of gymnastics to get your crochet hook back in the position that you need to be to do the purl, you put the fix-a-stitch behind this purl bar, the drop bar that's going to become a purl. And you just shove it up like this, right? And when you shove it up, you make sure you catch the stitch you just made, and you pull it all the way up. And now that stitch is in the front. The purl bar is ready to be purled. So you just scooch down, grab it. Actually, let's see here. I'm going to flip this over and grab it like that, and then it'll pull through easier. Oh, looky there! So it pulled right through. And then all I have to do to get the knit stitch is flip it over like that, reach through, grab that knit stitch, and there we go. Now again, the next one I need to do is a purl. So I stick this behind that bar, slide it all the way up, and now I'm ready. Turn it, grab that purl bar, and pull it up and through, and there we go. So that was just fixing the garter without having to mess around with it too much. That worked really, really well. I can totally see how this would be a very useful doohickey to have in your knitting bag. And they're great. Now, I decided I wanted to try something else. So this is just some lace I made up, right? And look at this gorgeous fiber seed yarn. This color is chartreuse. And let me tell you, it is chartreuse. That is the only description to this color. So I made up a little lace pattern that I was doing. And so let's go. And now what I'm going to do is the pattern should be knit 2 together, yarn over, and then knit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, slip, slip, knit. And then knit 2 together. Oh, why do you not want to cooperate with me? Knit 2 together, yarn over, and whoa, looky here. If you read your knitting, I'm supposed to have a knit 4 between my next slip, slip, knit, but there is a yarn over missing right there. I obviously forgot it on the previous row. If you look over here, you can see there should be a yarn over there. And I'm going to show you, you don't have to frog. You don't have to tink back. If you take your little fix-a-stitch and a yarn over, simply a knit stitch. So I'm going to grab, so this is the stitch that should have been the purl stitch into the yarn over. So I am going to one bar, the second bar down, grab this guy, right? Slide it down and position for a knit stitch, right? Grab that bar, the top bar, and pull it through and slide it back onto my needle. And now looky there, I have magically created a yarn over where there was previously no yarn over to be had. Woohoo! So yarn over, and now I can knit my 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over, slip, slip, knitty, 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 and there we go. So the fix-a-stitch also helps with that. And as you can see, there's a yarn over there now. Now that yarn over is going to be a little tight because it didn't have that extra wraparound, but it'll work just fine. So that is the fix-a-stitch. I think it is a great thing and a great tool for your knitting arsenal.